I found it more than a face because in the years I've been taking Harry out and about, we've had lots of reactions, particularly from children. And they are naturally curious, but sometimes there can be pointing, staring, whispering, laughing. We've had a few instances where children have been quite cruel. And as a teacher, I know that if children have got knowledge, then they're much better equipped. So with that in mind, I found it more than a face so that I could go into schools and educate children on facial difference and just help them to see the person behind the appearance so that they've got some understanding and some skills and some ways of just being a little bit more compassionate. Harry has a condition called Goldenhar syndrome, which is congenital, and he was born with no eye socket, no ear, no nostril, and a short underdeveloped jaw, all on his left-hand side. There can be some internal issues with other children, but for Harry it was more cosmetic really and facial. For him that means that he has no depth perception, he has issues with hearing, and he's also autistic as well. So that's not typically associated with Goldenhar, but Harry does have autism as well. When the boys were first born, there was no support available for me, and the advice I was given was don't Google it, which of course I did, but that just meant that I had no mental health support. So as well as dealing with twins who had been premature at the time and all the hormones and the fun that comes with being a new mum, I was also dealing with a lot of guilt, a lot of grief, a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty as I came to terms with a life that I'd never expected. And so more recently I have started to mentor mums. The twins are non-identical, which I think helped me in a way, because when I was at the point where I was really struggling to get my head around Harry's differences, if I'd have been able to look at Oliver and see what Harry should have looked like, I think that would have been really, really difficult for me. As it is, as I have been able to forgive myself for something that was never even my fault in the first place and come to terms with the impact of Harry's syndrome, you know, I can see and value him for the individual that he is. So yeah, they are non-identical twins and they are very different characters, but both incredibly wonderful young men now. As part of my charity, I visit both primary and secondary schools, as well as some colleges. And the aim of the charity is always to encourage children to see the things they've got in common with Harry as much as the differences. And so at the beginning of assemblies, it's always about Harry's differences. And as we move forward, it becomes more about his brilliant personality, all of the things that people don't see when they look at him, his adventurous side, his sense of humour, and the fact that he can be really, really cheeky. The younger children always love the cheeky things that he gets up to, and just the things that they've got in common with him. So younger children then will go on to write letters to Harry as part of my workshop and just share what they've got in common with him and what they've enjoyed about learning about him. And the older children, we have more in-depth conversations around social media use and just online trolling and how that can impact people as well. For other people, if they're coming across somebody that does look different, it's just a smile. A smile says, I'm not going to judge you, I'm not going to whisper and point and stare, you're going to be safe here with me. And so a little smile can go a long way. Being nominated for the award is surreal. It's a real honour. We're just a very small charity in North Staffordshire, so to have this recognition is huge. But I would hope that it means that more people will see that it's an important topic and will have those conversations maybe with their own children or with their class if they're a teacher. So I hope that this is a catalyst for other people to start those conversations and really become more inclusive and more supportive.